when a Babylon Bee article becomes reality. Check this out. On September 26th, they wrote this article saying, 9 reasons not to worry about the tanking economy. 2 days later, the Washington Post comes out with this. 7 ways a recession could be good for you financially. Hey, a recession isn't all bad news. Here are 7 silver linings. Trying to sugarcoat it so you accept it. And the Babylon Bee, again, predicting the future. Clown world. I'm Tyler Zed. Welcome to Zeducation. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another That Didn't Age Well episode, where we cover hypocritical and lying politicians, mainstream media, and celebrities and entertainers. Today we have an amazing episode for you. Amazing list of things that didn't age well, all the way from a crazy fishing tournament scandal to Rachel Maddow to Joe Biden himself, of course. We can't have one of these lists without him on there. So if you are ready to start today's list, head down and like this video. And if you are new here, please make sure you are subscribed and have the bell clicked for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Now on to today's list of things that didn't age well. Number 10. If you are on social media at all, you probably heard about the fishing scandal, the fishing tournament cheaters that rocked the internet. Here is a clip of them getting caught.
Weights and fit. There we go. Holy!
Putting lead weights in their fish to make them weigh more. And these guys were winning tens of thousands of dollars over a several-year period. And here is a clip that just surfaced of this same guy bragging and almost gloating about his ability to win. Check this out.
We won the championship last year. Now, granted, this championship is a different time of year this year than it was last year, but I don't want to sound arrogant or cocky, but I am confident that we should do well in this championship also, because it's just what we do. Winners win.
Ooh, winners win, or cheaters, scumbags win. Not so much anymore, because you're probably going to go to jail. As you should, you turd. Number 9. Number 9, we go to our very, very nice friends in the north. To Canada and their dear leader, Mr. Trudeau. Check this out. This is what he had to say on September 22nd. He tweeted,
Canada strongly supports people who are expressing themselves and protesting peacefully in Iran. We are calling on the Iranian regime to end its repression of freedom of expression and to end the ongoing harassment of and discrimination against women.
This is the same guy calling for freedom of expression, the ability to do so, that did this. Banks freeze millions of convoy funds under Trudeau edict. You froze bank accounts because of some protesters who were protesting you, Justin Trudeau. You did that. You shut down and suppressed freedom of speech. And here you are, suddenly worried about freedom of expression. What about your own people? Number 8. We might not be able to have any more of these lists going forward without Jim Cramer. Jim Cramer, so many things that didn't age well with this guy, including the all-time greatest thing that didn't age well on financial TV. Check this out.
Okay, Peter writes, should I be worried about Bear Stearns in terms of liquidity and get my money out of there? No, no, no. Bear Stearns is fine. Do not take your money out. This is really, look, if there's one takeaway other than a plus 400 somewhere, Bear Stearns is not in trouble. I mean, if anything, they're more likely to be taken over. Don't move your money from Bear. That's just being silly. Don't be silly.
6 days later. That's it. 6 days later after that.
Just so you get a sense of what's causing the agony by this point, I know you've been talking about it. It's financials led by Bear Stearns after what essentially is a bailout from the Fed. Bear Stearns shares are down 90% this morning, and it's not just Bear. Pretty much every single bank is plunging in early trade this morning.
Yeah, not a good call. Only 6 days, too. It's just unbelievable. And here's what Jim Cramer said in December of last year. CNBC's Jim Cramer gushes over economy as strongest I have ever seen. A marvel to behold. The CNBC star recently declared the economy a juggernaut. And if you have a 401k or you just log on to the internet every day in the past couple months, you know where we are now. Things are far from good. Far from being a juggernaut. Things are really bad, on the cusp of something catastrophic. So, Jim Cramer with the beautiful, beautiful predictions. So if you want to see things that are probably not going to happen, just watch his show. Number 7, we go to some really good news here. A lot of you get these text messages, you get these phishing emails, you get scammers trying to steal money from you. This is a really common thing today. But we have some sweet, sweet justice. Some things that didn't age well for these scammers, all right? Someone finally got caught, and we got to celebrate it on today's episode. This guy, Norcross man, gets 25-year sentence for stealing nearly $10 million in online scams. Look at that. While we deal with all the rest of the scammers out there, at least some of them are getting caught. Do not click on links, all right? Just don't. Don't answer phone numbers you don't have. But there's a little win. A little win for us, all right? Let's celebrate it today. Number 6. On this one, we go to NBC News when they reported this. With the end of the free school meal program, some students don't qualify for free or reduced price meals now. So they're skipping lunch. There's a point where you get used to being hungry, a Pennsylvania high school student said. So there are kids going to school and not being fed. That's happening in America. While at the same time, we are doing this. Biden signed stopgap spending bill with $12.3 billion in aid to Ukraine. And in this New York Times article, they detail how much we've given to Ukraine already. That is on top of a total of about $54 billion approved earlier this year. So over $60 billion total to Ukraine, while there are kids in America that don't even have lunch. This is where our priorities are, though, right? You got to keep funneling money over there. Got to do it. You got to support it. You got to keep propping up the possibilities of World War III. That's what they do in Washington, D.C. these days. Again, I just wanted to highlight priorities here. And didn't they say like $6 billion could solve world hunger? Shame on Elon Musk. He's worth hundreds of billions, and only $6 billion could solve world hunger. I'm pretty sure that was a thing not too long ago. So here we go. We're sitting at over $60 billion when just allegedly a couple billion could feed every kid in America. Sad, sad, sad. Number 5, we go to my favorite account on Twitter, as usual in these episodes, Defiant L's. First, we start with Salon. 2017, they said, forget about Latino. Why I'm all for Latinx, and you should be too. And this year, they say, stop using Latinx if you really want to be inclusive. Didn't age well. It took about 5 years for that not to age well, but here we are. Moving on to this guy. If you want some great entertainment on Twitter, follow this guy. Way outer space, Space Cadet. He said this in 2017. Many say we should go easy on a man, clearly not himself, probably suffering from early onset mental issues. But I say Trump is fair game. So clearly, you can criticize Trump's health, according to him. Now, under Biden, he says, when you get a certain age, it does become increasingly difficult to remember who is alive and who has died. It's not something younger people have to consider that often. Cut the president some slack already. Every time with these people, every time. So it's okay in one case, not okay in the other, obviously. And we're going to get to that Biden example here in our number 1 example, so stay tuned for that. It's beautiful. Sad, really. Sad, cringy, but it flies in the face of everything common sense, because we live in clown world. Another one to follow if you want some free entertainment. Is that your weight going up on a scale, fat ass? Referring to Trump, of course. And now, in 2022, just 3.5 years later, she says, any man who thinks it's okay to fat shame a woman isn't a man at all. So, can we just get something here? Is it okay for women to fat shame men? Because according to you, it is. Unless you change your mind in the last 3 years. Or you're just a hypocrite. I don't know. We need a public service announcement here. Number 4. Another great thing that didn't age well, and a lot of hypocrisy in this issue. I'm just going to read the tweets from a political candidate, because YouTube won't let you talk about this stuff. But this is a political candidate, so we're going to go for it here. In 2022, this guy, Mandela Barnes, says, imagine trying to overturn an election and then thinking you are still fit to run for office again. Ron Johnson is a danger and a disgrace. So in 94 days, I'm sending him packing. Same guy in 2016. There we go. I'm not going to even say that out loud because YouTube, they don't like that. But in 2016, you could say that. You could do that in 2016. And this still, to this day, there are people that say this about 2016. But obviously, you can only question certain results, not other results. According to these people. That's a fact. We know that. Number 3. Now we go to politicians lying, straight bold-faced lying. This is wonderful. And this one is so bad, this lie is so bad that CNN ends up fact-checking it. We'll get to that here in a second, but here's the clip.
And in 41 states, plus the District of Columbia, the average gasoline price is less than $2.99.
Less than $2.99 in 41 states. So many of you watching this, according to Joe here, your gas prices are less than $3. That's that, according to him. And this was, like I said, a straight up lie. Such a bad lie that CNN fact checked it. And here's their fact check. Facts first. Biden's claim about average gasoline prices was false, as the White House has acknowledged by correcting the official transcript after CNN inquired about the claim on Friday afternoon. In fact, 0 states have an average price under $2.99 per gallon. So how do you get it that wrong? 41 states when the reality is 0 states? Like, how do you just get up there and say whatever sounds good? That's what politicians do. Whatever makes the voters feel good, so they go up and vote for you. And then the rest doesn't matter. The truth doesn't actually matter. That's Washington, D.C. And just as a reminder, it's both parties that play this game. Number 2. This clip just kills me. This was the message. And I want to make sure that we remember that this was the message, because a lot of people now, they like to deny that this was the message and that they may or may not have been misled by people like Rachel Maddow. This was from March of 2021. I'm just going to let this clip play and you can remember this. Like I said, don't forget, because this was the message.
Instead of the virus being able to hop from person to person to person, potentially mutating and becoming more virulent and drug resistant along the way, now we know that the vaccines work well enough that the virus stops with every vaccinated person. A vaccinated person gets exposed to the virus does not infect them. The virus cannot then use that person to go anywhere else. It cannot use a vaccinated person as a host to go get more people. That means the vaccines will get us to the end of this.
Yikes, 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 yikes. A lot of people don't like to see that because it is really sad. That was the narrative. And now those people spreading misinformation, spreading lies, they still have a platform. They've never been censored. Nothing happens to them. When people took advice like that and acted on it. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to say anything else because, again, YouTube doesn't like having this conversation. They don't like it at all. Most places don't, but I wanted to present that to you because it's very, very important that you guys remember that this was the message, not just from her, from a lot of people. So take that for what you will. Number one, we go back to Joe Biden. And before we get to the audio clip, flashback to Joe Biden on 60 Minutes. He was asked about his age and mental acuity, and Biden said, "Watch me. If you think I don't have the energy level or the mental acuity, then that's one thing. That's another thing. You just watch and keep my schedule. Just watch and keep his schedule. Watch how mentally aware. Watch his mental acuity. Check this out. This is how mentally with it he is."
Representative Jackie, are you here? Where's Jackie? I didn't think she was going to be here to help make this a reality.
Is Representative Jackie here? Where's Jackie? She must not be here. President Biden, his brain malfunctioned, or maybe he just, again, short-term memory is not working right, or I don't know. But sadly, he's referring to the Jackie that passed away. Rep. Jackie Walorski, who died in a car accident a few months ago. And he's sitting there, where's Jackie? Yeah. Seems like a pretty big event that you should remember as the president. This guy he's in power right now as we're on the cusp of some very bad things around the world. And this is the guy right now. Can't make it up. Clown world. What do you think about today's list of things that didn't age well? What do you think about Biden's brain blips? Is that a national security threat as World War III is escalating? We have inflation out of control. Is that a problem? Is it? What do you think about the Babylon Bee predicting the future? And what do you think about the phishing scandal? Those cheaters. What do you think about those cheaters? Let me know down in the comments. While you're down there, please like this video. Please help me get it recommended to others. That's it for today's video. Until next time, I'm Tyler Zed, and this is Zeducation.
For the children.
Idiots.